Hello, and welcome to Michael's Minty Music for today. Today, we review Taylor Swift's second 2020 album, Evermore. It's basically the sequel to the first 2020 album by Taylor Swift, Folklore. It's good, although it might be, I think it's a little bit worse than Folklore. It's pretty much the same style of songs, but I think it's put together a little bit worse. It's got a less clear theme than the first one. This is the track listing, 15 tracks. And these are the tracks I added to my playlist, 10 out of the 15, exactly 2/3. That's technically more than Folklore, and like Folklore, I've enjoyed these songs on the album more and more as I listen to them. They're definitely, they get better as you listen to them, they don't get worse. I think that Evermore has generally slightly worse quality, but it also has slightly more variety. But it's really got less consistency overall in terms of quality. But in general, Evermore is still pretty good. Both it and Folklore provide a very nice change for Taylor Swift's normal style. Instead, going for much more slow and alternative style songs, which probably wouldn't get played on the radio. I talked about this a bit in the other review. But as with the previous album, this was a surprise release, so there were no singles released before the album. My favorite song here, and this is a bit tough. There's a few good songs here, like Folklore. There's good songs here, but I think Folklore is a little bit better overall. But my favorite here is probably got to go with Long Story Short. It's probably the most out of place on the album. They really do try to make it fit by turning down the sound of the percussion and avoiding the guitar as much as possible. But really, Long Story Short is more a pop song than anything else on the on the album, in my opinion. It's just sounds like something off of Red or 1989, which is probably why I like it, because I do like the styles of those albums. As I already mentioned, this album places just under Folklore in my rankings. I think it's better made than some of Taylor Swift's early albums. I like this style more than her early-ish style. But I don't like this style better than most of her pop rock albums. They're mostly pop albums. I think Evermore could be put above Folklore. They're pretty much the same in quality, and of course they're very similar in style. It wouldn't be crazy to flip them, as both of them have some very good songs in roughly the same proportions. Additionally, as I already mentioned in the previous review, Evermore does not take my spot from 2020. That goes to The New Abnormal by The Strokes. Just a great album overall. Really, really perfect. Definitely better than both Folklore and Evermore. Although if you took the best off of each of those, they could compete. But I think The New Abnormal is just a lot better. Next up is Pink's 2008 album, Funhouse. It's pretty great. Certainly one of the best late 2000s pop rock albums. It's pretty good. And as always, stay minty.